So I've been taking lithium orotate for a few months now, well, over a few months. I usually take this kind. It's the Life Extensions Lithium. Each tablet contains 1 milligram of lithium as lithium orotate. I usually take half a dose, which is 500 micrograms. Every day at night. I really can't take more than that because lithium gives me headaches for some reason. I do have experience with lithium too. I did take lithium when I was first diagnosed with bipolar disorder, lithium carbonate. I can't remember the exact dosage. I think it might have been 600 milligrams a day, and then I dosed down to 300 milligrams a day. I hated lithium carbonate. It was a terrible, horrible drug. And I just want to say nothing in this video that I say should be construed as medical advice. This is just my personal opinion, having dealt with both types of lithium and mental health issues. I would get very terrible tremors on lithium carbonate. My hands would they'd just be shaking like this all the time, like I had Parkinson's disease or something. Very thirsty, frequent urination. And the worst part of all was it made me feel emotionally nothing. I don't know, kind of like a psychopath. Like I just couldn't feel any single emotion no matter how hard I tried. It was being lobotomized of emotions. And then as I started looking at the long-term side effects of lithium carbonate, like the kidney damage, which just comes part and parcel as part of it. If you're taking lithium carbonate for 20, 30 years, kidney damage is extremely common. But lithium is a very interesting substance. You know, the World Health Organization considers it a micronutrient that is necessary. You consume in your natural diet around 3 milligrams of lithium a day. There have been studies done recently with lithium orotate in, I think it was mice, and they found that a very subtherapeutic dose actually reversed Alzheimer's in the mice. And the lithium could actually get into the brain to help sustain the neurons, whereas lithium carbonate got stuck in the Alzheimer plaques. The lithium orotate kind of had a bypass to get directly to where it needed to go in the brain. And one of the things I found interesting about lithium orotate is they did do a bunch of studies back in the 1970s trying to compare the effectiveness of lithium orotate to lithium carbonate. The problem was they were giving the exact same dose of lithium orotate as they were carbonate. So, you know, they were giving these rats the human equivalent of, say, 1,000 milligrams of lithium carbonate, but they're giving 1,000 milligrams of lithium orotate. You know, we're not really sure how much more effective lithium orotate is at getting into the brain, but I've seen studies that say between 7 and 14 times more effective than lithium carbonate. So essentially, they were overdosing these rats and mice on 7 to 14 times what the dosage should have been. And so naturally, it caused renal failure in these animals, and so they just discontinued the study. And they didn't continue any more studies or any more research. They're like, well, we have lithium carbonate, it's good enough. But, you know, they are doing studies recently because there is renewed interest, not only in the Alzheimer's, but in the potential decreased toxicity of lithium orotate when it comes to the kidneys. So lithium is in all tissues of your body. Most people don't realize that. I do want to get into the mechanism of how lithium works with manic depression and how it inhibits the activity of GSK3 beta. So GSK3 beta is an enzyme that acts kind of like a cleaning crew. You have a natural pump throughout the day that produces clock proteins. This hourglass is supposed to fill up at night. You kind of have a master time clock in the portion of your brain called the SCN. In bipolar disorder, they're usually extremely active. So and this is kind of a diagram of kind of how that whole process works. And here's how someone who has more of a seasonal clock would be affected by this process in the brain. So in the winter, you would have the pump is not very active, so you're not producing enough to fill up the hourglass, but the enzyme is also draining your hourglass fast, so there's no signal buildup to really go to sleep. So you might feel sleepy, but you're actually really just drained all the time is what you're feeling. And then for the summer peak, you have overactive pump and you have an overactive enzyme, so you just have mixed episodes and severe mood instability. So with lithium, it's a little bit different. It kind of puts a chemical brake on that that overactive enzyme. It allows the just levels out the mood there. So I'm not very good at explaining these diagrams, but this is the basic concept between currently think that lithium helps regulate the circadian rhythm in the brain. And what I like about this is I'm able to, in my personal case, take a very small dose of this, so I don't really have to worry about lithium impacting my renal function. And it gives me that extra little bit of grit attached to the master clock in my SCN to where I can help better maintain my circadian rhythm in conjunction with other therapies.